How y'all doing? Sorry I'm late. We had a little extended walkthrough there, so pushed it back a little bit.
Hey, Mike, last year when Carson was hurt, I know that his injury limited how much he was allowed to be around the team because of mobility issues. This year, that's not the case. So what's been the difference with him around the team, and how much is he able to contribute even though he's not playing?
Well, I mean, obviously a guy as experienced and as smart as Carson is and has a perspective on everything, playing the position, and does an excellent job in studying the opponents and finding certain things each and every week. So he's been able to add value there, certainly be a sounding board for the other quarterbacks in the room, and be able to talk to them during the course of the game. So that's you can't underestimate the value of that.
I know Mike Wallace is just now getting back, but how would you like, or do you have any expectations for?
I don't. We just got to get out there. We've had a couple walkthroughs, so we really haven't seen him do anything. But excited to see him back out there. It's nice to see him in his jersey again.
You said up here before, the most important thing a quarterback can do is win the game. Why do you think Nick, over the years, has had so much success winning games? Even sometimes when it's ugly.
I don't know. I'd probably have to take more than 2 seconds to reflect on that. But winning is a combination of a lot of factors. Certainly Nick is a big part of that. But a lot of guys and a lot of plays go into that. So collectively as a unit, we've made enough plays to be able to score enough points to win the games in the end. And, certainly the quarterbacks always get a lot of credit for that, and deservedly so. Nick has played at a high level, and I think the guys, around him are making plays for him.
Is that a quarterback stat, you think, the win-loss record?
No, it's a team stat. Yeah.
When Nick checked to the different play on the long Agholor touchdown.
Yep.
Was that did he do that on his own, or was that through the radio helmet?
He made the play, but that's something that we have built in, that we're looking for that specific look, and you got to give him a lot of credit because he has to recognize it in that instant. He's got to get it communicated, and then the other 10 guys out there have to have what we say is reflexive recall, and that means that it's driven down so deep into their brain that in a moment, right, and he gives the one signal that they can switch gears from the play that was called and get into the play like they did, and then the guys made a great play, great throw, the protection, and then Nelly tracking that ball.
What was the look that
it was specific coverage. Yeah.
What was the conversation with you and Nelson and Coach Brewer as you guys were coming into the locker room?
Just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
But in a pointed fashion?
No, I mean, Nelly and I have a tremendous relationship. So much love and respect between Nelly and myself. So it's an emotional game. And he zigged. I thought he should have zagged. And we talked about it for 30 seconds, and that was it. Really, that was it.
Why do Nick and Alshon seem to have this chemistry?
I don't know the specific answer to that. I think they both have a lot of confidence in one another, and Nick's throwing a couple balls up where Alshon's one of those kind of guys that can only make a couple of those kind of plays. So, and he's been able to do that, and came up big for us and at the end of the game last week on climbing the ladder there on third down. So, I just think that they have a lot of confidence in one another.
It seems like defenses are keying in on Josh in the running game whenever he's out there, just because he's not used in the passing game so often. How can you take advantage of that moving forward?
He's not using the passing game?
Well, no, but he's not used as a receiver very often. It seems like teams are aware.
He's in there a fair amount on passes. We do our due diligence on that, and so we got to keep doing that, as we go forward, make sure that we're balanced that way.
Mike, there are certain defensive players that you have to account for on every play, otherwise they can really be disruptive. Is that how you view Ryan Kerrigan?
Oh, yeah. Ryan Kerrigan's a tremendous player. Not only is he skilled, but he has a high motor. He's got elite competitiveness, and that he'll play to the echo of the whistle. So we got our hands full with him. Like a lot of these guys on defense, they're playing really well on defense right now. So it's another challenge for us.
Hey, Mike, V was forced in early again. How difficult is that for an offensive lineman who hasn't prepared to start? It's kind of thrown into the mix versus understanding,
right,
preparing you're going to start.
I guess I would say this. It is difficult, but everybody needs to be prepared to play. So V, to his credit, is prepared whenever his number is called, because he never knows exactly when that time might come. And he was able to go in there and play well enough to give us an opportunity to win, which against that guy is a tremendous task. I mean, Clowney is an elite defensive end, an elite pass rusher. I think if you asked any tackle in the league who's played against him, they'd say the same thing. So V really did a nice job.
A lot of your, some of your big plays on Sunday were a result of rub routes. How much goes into the receivers fine-tuning those so that they're not called for penalties?
A lot. I mean, you get what you emphasize, and that's a play that we've practiced a lot, have a lot of reps on, have a lot of confidence in. The guys have confidence in the play when it comes in, know how to run it, and we're able to execute it, like you said, and get some big plays out of it.
If Mike is back this week, how do you guys integrate him into the offense? It seems like
I think it's too early to speculate on that. I mean, we haven't even seen him at practice yet.
How has Wiz played at left guard since coming back into the lineup?
Wiz done a great job, just like we were talking about V a moment ago. Coach Stoutland, Eugene Chung, those guys have done a great job in preparing, the entire unit throughout the course of the year. Injuries happen in this league, and guys know that they got to be ready. That's their opportunity when they go in. They got to play at a high level so that the offense can continue to function. And Wiz has versatility, can play guard, can play center. He's plugged in at both spots and very valuable in the offensive line for us.
Mike mentioned Alshon's unique catch radius earlier and Nick's willingness to throw it up and let him make plays. Is Nick any more willing to make those kind of throws than Carson?
I couldn't say that, no, or I wouldn't say that. I think we've just seen a couple examples of that in the last couple of weeks where those guys were able to do that. So it's highlighted a little bit.
Doug said that he may or may not have reached out to Matt Nagy in Chicago. Have you talked to any of your old colleagues or players?
Coach Fangio, yeah.
And what did you say?
Need your best this week. Yeah.
Like the fourth down calls, do you feel like you know when Doug's going to make the decision to go for it? Like that you've worked long enough with him to kind of anticipate his thinking?
Yeah, I think, when we get close, you got to be thinking that there's a pretty good chance that we will go for it. So always prepared, for fourth down. And, that's a strength that Coach has, that his willingness and his trust in the players to go for it in those situations.
Do you think it infuses players with confidence?
I think so. I think it does. You always see when you watch games, the guys, players usually want to go for it, but sometimes the situation doesn't call for it. So making sure that we're smart about it, and we've done a good job on fourth down.
You mentioned last week how Nelson was kind of an unsung hero, so to speak. What do you attribute the production in this past game to?
What I attribute it to? I mean, like we talk about in a lot of weeks, sometimes the ball finds you, whether you're first in the progression or fourth in the progression. It's hard to determine. You call a play based on the coverage that expect to get, and often it doesn't work that way. So you have to find answers, and that's why there are progressions, and that's why we spend so much time practicing. But it's a credit to him again as a guy who's completely committed to this team and to whatever it takes to win. And he stepped up for us big, and obviously that touchdown was huge in the game.
Did Fangio commit to giving his best?
Oh yeah. I think he does that on a weekly basis. So it was really in jest, but he's a good friend, and they've had a great season.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.